The letter came on a quiet Tuesday morning. 82-year-old Walter Hayes stood at his front door, his hands trembling as he opened it. Inside was a formal notice from the HOA. He had 30 days to vacate his home for multiple violations: peeling paint, an old fence, and an unapproved wheelchair ramp. Walter had lived in that house for 47 years. He had raised his children there, buried his wife after 50 years of marriage. He was a retired veteran who had served his country with pride, yet now his own neighborhood treated him like he didn't belong. Neighbors whispered when he slowly checked his mailbox. Some avoided eye contact. The HOA president, a sharply dressed man named Mr. Collins, had publicly called Walter a liability to property values. At the next HOA meeting, Walter showed up in his neatly pressed suit. He didn't argue. He didn't shout. He simply asked one question: "Are you sure you want to proceed with this eviction?" Mr. Collins smirked. "We've already filed the paperwork." The room went quiet when Walter calmly placed a folder on the table. Inside were property deeds, not just for his home, but for 7 others on the same street. Years ago, when the neighborhood was struggling and homes were being foreclosed, Walter had quietly invested his life savings to buy and preserve them. He rented them out at fair prices to families who couldn't get loans, including 3 current HOA board members. Gasps filled the room. Then came the final document, the original development agreement. A clause stated that any collective eviction action required approval from majority property shareholders. Walter owned 48% of the block. Without his signature, nothing could move forward. The same people who tried to erase him now realized he had been protecting the neighborhood all along. Mr. Collins' voice shook. "Why didn't you ever say anything?" Walter looked around the room, his eyes steady but tired. "Because ownership isn't about power," he said softly. "It's about responsibility." Within weeks, the eviction notice disappeared. The ramp was approved and the peeling paint. Volunteers showed up to fix it. They had tried to push out the man they thought was weak. Instead, they learned he was the foundation holding them up. And sometimes the quietest neighbor on the block is the one who owns the future. If you want to see the shocking twist and how she got revenge, hit subscribe and don't miss the next HOA story. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video.